Hello and welcome to new Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Moviemaker magazine. My name is Danny De Lillo. We're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood, and I'm here with James Bachelor with his movie, Eli Over Darkness. Let's take a look at a clip.
Punk rock band.
Yeah.
All right.
It's great. We suck, but we're working on it.
Eli? Medication, you're taking it, right?
Tell me what you think. This is protest music against what you put me through. A mixtape to the world.
Mixtape?
Yeah.
Most people just use like playlists.
Yeah, well, we're not most people, are we?
Maybe this is just something he needs to work out on his own.
Sometimes you don't know what you need.
This depression didn't define her, and it shouldn't define you either.
James, delighted to have you in the studio. Congratulations over Eli Over Darkness.
Thank you.
Well, that's good. Tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Well, it's a film about Eli, who's 17 years old. He's just starting up a punk band, and everything's going pretty well, but he's struggling with chronic depression. And so the film's really just about him learning to cope with that and learning to ask for help from family and friends. And, it's about little victories, about, little successes in life, just overcoming the challenges you face.
And how did you, come across the storyline?
Well, it was actually, I told my brother that I wanted something that centered around teenagers and punk teenagers, which is sort of a weirdly specific thing to ask of someone. But my brother's in the punk genre. He loves punk music. He's done, punk bands and stuff. And
You had a good person to work with, yeah.
Yes, if you see him on a normal day, he's got the studded jacket.
Oh, great.
And the whole full thing. So, and he did all the costumes. But essentially, it was like sort of drawing inspiration from him, and I asked him to write it, and so what he gave me was far more than I expected. This really emotionally driven story about depression, which I thought was really compelling.
Well, I think you guys have formed a great partnership because it's really, really special. And I love the fact that you've come across, talking about a subject that, is quite sensitive. And you had some fantastic acting performances. So how did you come across the character that played Eli?
Well, let's see. David, who plays Eli, he actually goes to Chapman currently. He's a screen actor there. And I was at Chapman at the time of the making of the film. And we were planning to do LA casting, but we decided to do a day of casting at Chapman just to see if there was anyone local that would fit the part. And he was probably the second guy that came in, and we, were pretty impressed. He really embodied a lot of what we wanted the character to be. And he had this look, and I could see the character in him. And we went on to LA and cast a bunch of people, cast the rest of the cast pretty much through LA.
Yeah.
But my producer Jess and my brother, who was also present for casting, we all agreed no one was even close to David.
What were some of your biggest challenges making this film?
Well, I think locations was definitely a big challenge, which is weird because you think, oh, it's suburbia, it's going to be pretty easy to get. But we had 6 or 7 different locations for a 20-minute short, which is a lot. And they were all pretty much completely different places.
Wow.
So we had to try and navigate and negotiate with different organizations, like cities usually, to get a lot of exteriors, a lot of night exteriors, which apparently cities don't really like you to shoot at night. Weirdly enough, you know, you don't wake up the people around you and stuff.
Yeah.
But
and you filmed this in where you're from in Irvine, California,
yeah,
right?
Mostly in Irvine and also in Orange, which is right next to it, and that's where it took place. So it was very convenient to be able to shoot the film in the place where the story, you know, was written and based.
So what's it like after, like, when you've just been through all of that, you've made the film, you've done post-production, and then to have your film highlighted and officially selected for New Filmmakers Los Angeles?
I mean, it's great. You know, it feels really good. I was really hoping to get in, just because I've been to New Filmmakers in the past, and I think it's a really great venue, a really great show to go see these films. And I think the films that are selected are often so interesting and so compelling and different, which is interesting, because a lot of times you'll go to a festival or you'll see something, and there's sort of all the films kind of have a similar pattern.
Yeah.
But even last night's, even at the screening, it's amazing just how each film brought something different to the table. So to be a part of that was so fun and so interesting, and it was really great to meet other filmmakers from the area.
So you are a young director who've made a wonderful film, and it's great that you work with your brother as well. What is next for you?
Well, my brother and I are continuing to work on developing ideas, and we're both really drawn to the sort of a genre that we're calling, I don't know if this is an official genre, teen realism.
Oh.
Which I think is something that you might think of more as like books or sort of like a Catcher in the Rye type of thing. You know, it's like really just gritty, focusing on what it means to be like a teenager. Because when you're a teenager, it's really an interesting thing. Everything is so important to you. Everything is monumental. You don't need to be saving the world to feel like the world is going to end as a teenager. You know, it might be that, you know, the girl that you want to ask to prom just got asked by some other guy, you know, and there's so much there. It's so ripe for drama. And I think what we want to do is create films that kind of have that feeling of like the John Hughes teen film, but with a slightly more realistic lens that I think you see a lot more now in indie films. So we're just trying to work in developing more films like that.
Well, I think we should copyright teen realism with you right now in case anyone else tries to say I'm making a teen realism movie, because I haven't heard that, but I think that sounds like a fantastic genre. And congratulations on your film, because we certainly enjoyed it, and we very much looking forward to seeing more of your work.
Thank you for having us. It was great. It was great fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you.